Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Tarot Talk. I'm Tommy, and I'll be hosting your weekly reading today. And we're going to dive in with a super quick overview, but do stick around after that for the in-depth reading. All right, starting us off today, you've got the World, Four of Wands, the Moon. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's going on. So you've got the World here. You see this figure, she's dancing in the sky. She's got this infinity cloth wrapped around her, and there's this wreath here around her. There's also four fixed zodiac signs here, which in this particular card set, they're actually cut off by this frame. But what this signifies is that you've recently started a new cycle. It seems like it's been mostly balanced. You've been happy in this new situation going forward, and it's also got divine support there for you. Now, right now, it looks like you're celebrating whatever this new start is. The Four of Wands here has these two wands making this structure with that's holding up this canopy here. There's this castle in the background, an arch bridge, and community. So it's kind of like you're happy about this new endeavor here, or this new situation. Everyone is around you is happy about it. There's a lot of celebration. There may be a recent partnership that was started, maybe even a marriage, something here that you have been celebrating, and it looks like you're on top of the world. Now, it also looks like you're on a new path forward, or you will be soon, as shown by the moon here. It looks like this journey or this path was there the whole time, but it was hidden in the darkness. And now the moon is casting its light on it, showing you this kind of new path. There's different ways that you might handle this, as indicated by the wild wolf or the domesticated dog here. It's kind of like, how do you proceed? Do you just cast caution to the wind and just run in like a celebration kind of way forward, or do you take a more steady approach to it? The only word of caution I would have there, or phrase of caution, would be the moon can sometimes signify illusions. So we want to make sure that if whatever journey or whatever path that you or you and your partner are considering going down, that you kind of get educated about that path and make sure that it's the right journey for you to take. Don't be distracted by false illusions or false hopes. Okay, we're going to go deeper into this and explore what that means for you, Capricorn. Before we get started on the Celtic cross spread, I would like to see how you are showing up in this energy. So where is Capricorn in all of this? How are they showing up? Oh, there we go. All right, the Lovers. Great card to have. That is telling me again that this probably is some type of relationship. Either you guys have just taken this up to the next level, which could have been marriage. There's some type of union or partnership here. It's got divine support. You guys are coming together, overcoming all obstacles. It looks like maybe this relationship was challenged in the past, but you have again overcome those challenges, and you found this way that you found peace in your union. I don't know if you were challenged by the outside or if you yourselves were challenged within your relationship, but it looks like you've overcome again whatever obstacles that was. It looks like you're going to be moving forward with, again, this kind of passion and fire. So you might be taking more of a wild wolf step forward here. But at the same time, the serpent in this tree is bringing to your attention that you will need to draw from some wisdom, and that there will need to be guidance. And don't forget to seek divine guidance and pay attention to what aligns with both of your hearts as you move forward here. I'm interested to know what this new journey is, or this new chapter is in your guys' life. What are you pursuing? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dive deeper doing the Celtic cross spread. Take a look at past, present, future, get a look at your subconscious and see what's going on behind the scenes. I would remind you that this is a general reading, so if it's not resonating with you, please leave it behind. Please feel free to share this message with someone else who you think might need to see it. I would invite you, though, to stay for the entire reading, because sometimes messages can come out later in the reading that are meant for you. If you're going to be sticking around with us today, I would only ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That costs nothing. It's totally free to you, but it really helps the channel grow and will allow me to continue bringing these readings to you week after week. All right, let's see what your obstacle is right now, Capricorn. Okay, so you've got the devil energy showing up here. This card can often be kind of a scary looking card, but don't let that strike fear into you. There's this winged and horned creature with the upside down pentagram here, and there are these two people that are chained here, almost as if they're being trapped by the devil. But really, what this card is signifying is that they're trapped there only by their own mind, right? These chains are actually loose enough. If you're able to see that close, I don't know how well that's coming in, but if you're able to see that closely enough, you can see that the chains are so loose that they could actually remove those chains themselves and leave this situation. In other words, they're only being forced to stay here either by their own mental limitations, their own kind of constraints. So it's almost an idea of saying, well, I can't do that. We're not good enough for that. Or no, we can't. When really that's not true. You're kind of psyching yourself out in this situation, or maybe even being tempted to stay in the same position. And remember, if we stay in the same, we keep getting the same. So if you're tempted not to take any action, Spirit here is telling you no, even if you need to get guidance or something, and we're going to see what's going to come out in the reading for that, but any forward movement is going to serve you. Don't be tempted to just stand here and do nothing about the situation, because if you do nothing, you'll get nothing. So interesting there. Okay, let's see what's going on in your subconscious right now. All right, you've got the Seven of Wands here. That's telling me that you're taking a very defensive position right now. There's almost these outside forces that are telling you that you can't do something. Well, no, I'm getting this is more you again. Sorry, I'm connecting back to this devil here. I think this is internal to you, being that it's in the subconscious. You are telling yourself that you're not worthy of whatever this step is that you guys are wanting to take next. That for some reason you're not deserving of it, or maybe you're not smart enough for it. You don't have the money for it. There's something here that you're almost defending yourself from your own internal negative thoughts. It's like this is definitely a strong internal conflict you're having. Maybe even the two of you are kind of psyching each other out here. Like it seems like on one day, one of you might be saying, this is really the right path forward. We need to go buy a house. And then the other one says, oh no, our credit score isn't good enough. We can't do that right now. Oh, we don't have enough money saved. What about the repairs? It's like, you're both, and you guys are almost changing positions in this every day. Like one day, one of you has a positive outlook on it, and that same day, one of you has a negative, and then you guys are like reversing roles the next day. It's a bit of a back and forth here. And so I think that's why I was a little bit unclear about the defense. If it was coming from inside or outside, I think it's both. It just changes by the day. Okay, wow, Capricorn, we got to calm that down a little bit here. All right, let's see what's going on in the recent past. What's got you so in your head here? Okay, so somehow there was a betrayal or a wrongdoing, or you might have made a wrong decision in the past. I'm getting this card a little bit differently than I normally do. So this is the Ten of Swords. Okay, and you can see this figure is lying face down here. They've got these 10 swords plunged in the back. There's this darkness above, which is almost this uncertainty of how to move forward. But I'm almost gathering that this wasn't, typically when I see this, let me say this first. Typically when I see this, it's a betrayal, like someone else outside has done something to you. But I'm not getting that here. It's almost like you betrayed yourself. Again, this kind of like bad credit scenario or something is really sticking out to me here. Maybe you guys are contemplating buying a house. It's the next step in your relationship, right? And you're saying, well, I haven't been really good with credit in the past. I have bad credit. I didn't make payments on time, or repossession, or something. And so it's like these 10 swords are some lessons that you've learned back here. And those lessons in the past are what's causing you to have all this mental anguish about, man, if I couldn't handle a simple credit card payment, how am I ever going to handle a house payment? Um, and again, it doesn't have to be a buying a home scenario. That's just for some reason what's really resonating with me here. But I think Spirit is showing up to tell you here that, look, number one, you've learned the lessons you were meant to learn there. And some of the important parts of this card that are not often the first seen, they're subtle here, is this light coming in the background is almost like the dawn of a new day. It's further emphasized by the fact that this is a number 10, so you have a cycle that's closing here. So it's like you learned those lessons. Yeah, you might not have done the best that you could have done. You may have mismanaged some things in the past, but that chapter is over now. It's closed now. You learned what you were meant to learn there, and you are ready to take those lessons forward and build upon that to make a better you and a better future. So, stop tearing yourself down mentally and just know you learned what you were meant to learn, release it and let it go, because those lessons, while it's good that you learn from them, it's not serving you anything by staying in the past. All right, let's see what's going on in your conscious, what you are aware of right now. Okay, again, we've got past energy here with the Six of Cups. Again, the give and take and the push and pull here in this situation is just kind of incredible. So the Six of Cups, their cups are all full. You can see this kind of old-timey image here, and this child is handing a cup full of flowers to this older woman here. So it reflects looking back to your past, and oftentimes in a very positive way. So again, it's almost like you're constantly having this battle. Well, I handled this situation terribly back here. Again, if we're going with the credit analysis or analogy, wow, that was crazy. It's almost like I had bad credit and I didn't handle it right. But then on the other side of your brain, you're going, well, but there were these other credit accounts I had and I did a really good job. And remember, like, I paid off my car and that felt really good. And so again, sorry, it doesn't have to be a credit situation, but that's what I'm seeing here. So something, you're balancing these like good and bad thoughts from the past. And I think that's what's got you so tied up here. And you and your partner are almost feeding off of each other's energy in this situation where it's like you guys can't just get in the positive. So let's get in the positive here. What do we got in the near future? Near future. All right. So this is typically the card of nightmares, all right, the Nine of Swords, but I know that probably doesn't seem positive, but we have to remember in tarot that this is going to give you some guidance. Not only, it's not set in stone what is to come, this is sometimes tarot's way and the universe and spirit's way of saying, here's what you need to avoid. So this could be potentially in your near future unless you do something about it. I just want to say that first. All right, so the Nine of Swords. You've got these kind of either lessons that you've learned here represented by the swords, or maybe tasks that are looming over you. Like, there's just so much to do here that I will never get out of this situation, right? Or I'm buried, and it's on your mind so much that it's keeping you up at night. You're having nightmares. You're not getting this restful sleep. By showing up here in this position, Spirit is telling you that, yes, that could be in your near future if we don't stop this kind of back and forth way of thinking and thinking that we're trapped in a situation that we're never going to get out of. So you have the power to change this. It all comes down to mind over matter here. So you're going to have to start practicing the situation where if there is something that needs to be tied up in the past, you need to deal with that. Okay, you need to deal with it head on and as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and then let it go. Don't keep hanging on to it and letting it haunt your dreams, because again, that's not serving you any positive purpose here. You just need to let it go. All right, let's see how you see yourself here. You see yourself as the Empress. The Empress is all about abundance, fertility, growth, connecting to nature. There's a lot of positives here. So I'm glad that we're going to be shifting our focus into more of a positive. This may be kind of what you're desiring here, right? It's peaceful, it's tranquil. There's this freshly harvested wheat here. We've got this stone heart, like indestructible, right? Full of love. This red is indicating a fiery passion. And here the stars are providing divine guidance along the way. So you see yourself in this. This may be something that you're wishing for, again, that you're wanting. This is kind of the place that you're hoping to be. I mean, we're going to get into hopes and fears a little bit deeper here in just a minute, but yeah, you see yourself moving forward in this. Now, I will say, and I got to throw this out there because we're talking about relationships here and kind of taking the next step is what a lot of this reading has been about. So just know that the Empress is a sign. Again, I said fertility. This could be birthing new ideas, okay, to maybe get out of this situation. It could be actual birth, like having a child. Now, this is not medical advice, so I'm not saying that you're pregnant or going to be pregnant, but just know that that's kind of signified maybe you're seeing yourself in this kind of motherly, creating new ideas, giving birth to something. Whether that's an idea or a person remains up to you, of course. All right, so let's take a look at your external influences. How is the world influencing you? Well, you've got divine guidance here with the star. So this is an excellent influence around you. Again, it's showing balance, it's showing harmony, and it's really showing that you're going to be the star of the show. Now, because this reading is so much about taking taking the next step and moving into the future here and deciding kind of which path or how you can overcome this, Spirit is reinforcing that, again, you've got all these stars, you've got this divine support. So the path that you want and the path that you are trying so desperately to get down, we need to release those negative thoughts because you are the star of the show here, is how you're going to be showing up. So Capricorn, again, you gotta find some way to release this. This is going to be an excellent week for meditation, for journaling, for really treating your inner self well. And it's going to be a great week for communication with your partner because you guys have made a good team to this point. Again, you've overcome obstacles in the past. This is just another obstacle for you guys to overcome. So you're going to need to come together in peace and harmony and really support and uplift each other. Release this negative energy and then put in some good practices before bed to make sure that you're getting rest and you're putting those negative thoughts to rest because you are going to be the star of the show here. All right, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears is judgment. Now, this card, you've got this angelic figure sounding the trumpet, sounding the horn, and it's calling these people to rise up out of their grave. It's being called to a higher purpose. I think I'm getting a little bit of that in this reading, that your hope is you're going to be called into a higher purpose, something that serves you and your partner and your, if you're starting a new family, that's going to serve all of you in the best path forward here. I think that's what you're hoping for. I think your fear is quite literally judgment. You're in fear that you're stuck in this place and that you're not going to be able to move to the next step because you're going to be judged off of the past here. These past lessons are going to come back to haunt you. But as I've been saying, we're going to have to release that fear. If there's something still looming, maybe there's one last piece of that puzzle that you haven't closed yet, close that chapter. Let's slam the door shut on it. Whatever you've got to do to finish this and release it, that's your focus for the week. That will lead to some more restful nights and to get out of your head a little bit, to stop just kind of constantly defending your own emotions and being on this defensive edge. All right, let's look at your outcome. Outcome is the High Priestess. So all of this wisdom and all of this knowledge lies within you. So I think I might have touched on something a bit when I said if there was one lesson left to learn, or maybe one piece of the puzzle from back there that you haven't solved yet or that you haven't closed, the High Priestess says that knowledge is within you. You know how to solve that. She's got this hidden scroll here. This is moon energy. Indicating that maybe there's something in the dark that needs to be brought to the light. There's a veil behind her, again, hiding something in the past. but there's also balance, and there's a ton of wisdom in this card. So once again, Capricorn, it's going to rely on you. You know the answer. It's here in the past. Okay, it's somewhere in the past that needs to be finished up, but I think you can do it quickly. You hold the knowledge on how to do it, close that up, and then you're going to be ready for the next chapter in your life. I'm very excited for you on that. Let's see. You've got personal. Sorry, I'm just taking one last look at this because you've got a lot of major arcana coming out here. So there is. Let's see here. You've got some personal changes. Those are going to be based on intuition. We've covered that. Again, I'm really coming back to this lovers here. It's going to take the partnership of the two of you. That's what it's really going to be based on. And even that with the Empress and the lovers both showing up here, you guys have had a really, really solid relationship. There's fulfillment, there's pleasure. You guys are a great support system for each other. You guys have been building this love and respect for each other for a very long time. Or at least in a very deep way. This could have been something that was passionate and happened fast, and you just knew that was the way. You knew that this was your partner, and you knew exactly where you needed to be. Now, what I would say is don't let your preoccupation with the past prevent you from moving on with your life. We're really getting a lot of that here. So, gosh, yeah, you got to find a way to just close up whatever this little bitty thing is that's holding you back here and just be done. Even if it feels huge, you've overcome bigger things in the past. So just get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's not doing you any good. And as soon as you do, the doors are going to fly open. All right. Knight of Cups is your shadow card here, further supporting that energy. So Knight of Cups is a very romantic card. I love it. There's so much love in this that the two of you have. It's beautiful. All right, so you've got the horse here, and he's like moving forward, but at this slow, just trotting forward. I always call him saying that he's strutting, right? He's showing his stuff here and just showing how beautiful he is. Everything about that card is just romantic. You're romanticizing this idea of either starting a family or creating some kind of abundance with your partner here and moving forward. You guys are together and jointly moving forward. There's, again, a lot of love here. That's great, great shadow energy to have back there. Let's see if we can get a little bit more guidance or clarification from your Cosmic Wisdom Oracle card. Venus. Wow. Your heart is filled with compassion and understanding. Embrace this emotional intelligence, for your heart is a beacon that radiates love into the world. So the two of you have this relationship. It's no wonder it's celebrated by all. You guys are so happy and so in love with each other that you're creating beautiful things, and this is, again, it's supported by spirit, it's supported by the stars. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't support this relationship. If there are, it's because they're just jealous of it and they wish they had it for themselves, but I don't even see that. I think it's just like you guys have so much love for each other that you're just spreading love all around you and want to do it in every way you can. Yeah, you got to release this stuff back here because, man, there's so many more great things for you out here that's just waiting. Akashic Records Oracle card, open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So, it may be that one of you, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just guessing, maybe one of you does have a lesson that's not wrapped up or finished up back here and you're afraid about telling the other. I think it's probably time to do that. Open up here. Try to communicate that in a positive way. Come with a plan. I used to lead a lot of employees in a job, and I would always tell them, don't bring me problems without solutions, right? And I think that's kind of the way to approach it. If you're nervous about telling your partner something from the past that may be haunting you, the best thing to do there is to tell them, hey, here's what's haunting me, but here's how I'm going to handle it. This is what I'm going to do about it. And then we're going to move forward in our life together. So incredible reading. Again, just radiating love here. I'm so happy for you, Capricorn. You and your partner, please just keep spreading the love both to each other and outward, because it's a beautiful thing to see even from here. I wish you both all the best, and the future is looking abundant for you. Trust on that inner wisdom and inner knowledge to get you there. All right. Have a great week, Capricorn. We'll see you next week.